Hey there, okay, on break from work, and I opened this last night and actually passed out. I'm gonna finish this. Mike's Harder Blood Orange. This shit is fantastic, so you should try it sometime. But let's just do the drum roll because it's funny as hell, and I actually like doing this now. So ready? Man, that was really good, as I always do. I just real quick, this popped up when I was looking at my notifications, and it was Christopher Judge doing the God of War Ragnarok statement, and I don't own it, so this is someone named Dennis M Games, and it's a quick 50 seconds, and uh, I just seen Jeremy Johns do his review on God of War Ragnarok. I officially beat the game. I want to do a review, and I'm like, how do I do a video game review? It's never been done by me before, and I see other guys doing playthroughs like I did, and I guess the next few days I'll figure out something, because easily my game of 2022. But yeah, this popped up from Ang Lovetree. I thought that was such a cool name, like new subscriber Ang Lovetree. It's like something you read out of Game of Thrones, like Lovetree. So cool. From the real Hakasa said, "You're a legend, bro. Keep it up." Like I'm not a legend, or am I?
Maybe I am.
But thanks so much, Tom. My first 100 video, it was so fun making that and so heartfelt. And these bearded bro idiots keep bothering me.
Oh, I'm just fucking with you.
I like this guy right here. Some of these names, I love the creativity, and just makes me smile so fucking much when, look, Dude Broski commented, liking the positivity sub. Like, what a badass name. I swear, if I ever make like another creative character for like video game, like say, Dead Space 4 or some shit, I'm naming my guy Dude Broski. Like, it's fucking badass, man.
What a legend!
And of course, someone named Kenneth just 20 minutes ago and talked about the Book of Power shit. Thank you so much, as I always do, and just these fucking names, Ang Lovetree. And so the meat of going into this for right now is
The Rock.
Black Adam star Dwayne Johnson blasts old Warner Brothers regime for inexcusable decision of not using Henry Cavill as Superman. And you're like, no shit.
No shit.
But yeah, let me get into this with you guys, and it's such a
It's so
obvious fucking hit to bring Henry Cavill back, and we're still talking about this shit, and so okay, let's drink some more of this and enjoy the intro as always. Basically, it's saying, and we kind of knew this was going on behind the scenes back, a few years back, but they're saying it was first believed to be a scheduling problem, and then later a money issue, did in fact turn out to be stonewalling by Warner Brothers and DC studio executives who did not want Henry Cavill as their Superman. And off the bat, why?
What the fuck is wrong with you?
It's a fucking stupid decision, and it's more of this old freaking political pandering bullshit. So it was cleared up by Dwayne Johnson once Black Adam was in theaters and its post-credit sequence details were revealed. So I'm not gonna play the entire thing, but if you guys get a chance, you'll have to check him out on Twitter, The Rock, and I know it still says Wayne Johnson right here. Wayne Johnson at The Rock. He puts out a 6-minute video, and it was pretty cool, and it's not playing for some reason. Like, I hate you so much right now. But anyway, while that loads. So when the film was wrapping up, and Johnson isn't holding back about what it took to establish Black Adam, and he was saying that they were tepid. To say they were tepid doesn't cut it. In a Twitter video, the self-proclaimed great one, I mean, he is.
Ooh, he is great.
If we're going to establish Black Adam as the most powerful, unstoppable force in the DC universe, we have to bring back the most powerful, unstoppable force of all time in any universe, he said, hinting at the Man of Steel. And you guys know who I'm talking about. I watched the whole 6-minute video, and fuck you for not loading right now, but this is just copying everything he was saying. So he goes, of course, that is Superman, and that's Henry Cavill. And at the end of the day, the studio, right there, the studio was not bringing back Henry Cavill, inexplicably, inexcusably, and you're like, why?
There's no excuse. No excuse.
Oh, because you want to have more diverse Superman or something, or more, people of a darker skin tone Superman, and fine, have them, but Henry Cavill's still young enough, and people love him, and, I mean, we'll always say, even the naysayers who didn't like Man of Steel and BVS and even Justice League never had a problem with Henry Cavill. It's just the man wasn't given the best script.
He's really good. He's a real actor.
We weren't going to take no for an answer. Myself, my $7 co-founder and chairwoman, Danny Garcia, Haram Garcia, this has been years in the making regarding bringing Henry Cavill back. No was never going to be an acceptable answer, but Johnson and his $7 crew were hearing it for years. However, he knew you can't build a new DC universe without Superman, And also, for us, there was no way, there's no viable, logical way to build out the DC universe without the most powerful force and the greatest superhero of all time, he explained. Now, this is controversial, but everyone has their opinion. Who is the greatest, Superman or Batman or Spider-Man? And he just talks about, sorry. It's impossible to do, but this whole thing, business-wise, this whole thing 90 different times. But it all comes back to, where's Superman? You have to have him.
We need him.
That's why we fought hard to bring Superman back, Henry Cavill, whom he and many consider the rightful Man of Steel of this generation. So, and this from The Rock's words, if the video would actually load, there was no other Superman, by the way, to bring back. Henry Cavill is our generation's Superman, and in my opinion, the greatest Superman. It depends. Definitely Christopher Reeve back in the day had the smile, the charm, the appeal, but times have changed, and definitely Henry Cavill with modern technology and training and nutritionists and stuff. I mean, Christopher Reeve by all means was not a fat guy or nothing, but you can tell Henry Cavill really busted his ass, and he does have a very good look as Superman. Damn sure out of all the different actors, he's put the most gym time into the training. You've seen a guy with this fucking shirt off, it's not even a question. So he says, I mean that respectfully to the other actors, especially Christopher Reeve. And it always comes down to that. Like, everyone knows that there's been so many, from Dean Cain on, Lois and Clark, to Tom Welling in Smallville, to Brandon Routh. But Christopher Reeve is considered the gold standard for Superman. But that was obviously, God, over 45 years now or something.
A long time ago.
The greatest Superman of all time. So again, bringing Henry back, now we build out the DC universe properly, strategically, and smartly. So Johnson says they have made progress to that end by establishing Black Adam and just, going on in the hierarchy of DC power. And I do admit, at the end, we'll just pull it out here. There is a rumor of creative friction between Johnson's camp and James Gunn, who is now in charge at DC Studios. Gunn may still have plans for Black Adam. We can't confirm he's met with Henry Cavill yet, but the latter is willing to sit down with him and discuss his hope for a joyful future with Superman in the DCEU. Now, because this is freaking loading and shit, I'm going to try to click on stuff. Basically, and I have to respect The Rock being humble because, he's not stupid. He's a businessman. He knows the fact that Black Adam isn't doing $1 billion. And I like the way he's like, hey guys, just come out in digital. I'll buy it eventually. I just don't feel like, I like Black Adam. I don't feel like blowing $25 on it. I've always said with Voodoo and digital sales, a movie is fantastic, but it's just as fantastic as $10 versus 25 and small cutbacks here and there, especially with Christmas coming up. But he's like, it's #1 on iTunes, and he said it's going to stay in theaters throughout the holidays. Truth be told, maybe another week or two, if I actually take my one day off, I might go see it one more time in theaters because I like the theater experience. And here he goes.
Happy Wednesday. Also
I'll play
known
a couple
as
seconds.
Hump Day, also known as Wednesday's getting its ass kicked, and Thursday.
But yeah, so I don't want to share The Rock's, Twitter. And he just says that international market, and he goes, you always want to do better, and he's being humble about it. It's not setting the world on fire like he anticipated. I still love his attitude. Like, what was it? Some articles were coming out like, oh, Black Panther did more like in a week than Black Adam did in 3 weeks. And Rock is like, hey, we're still babies. We're still getting our footsteps. We're still getting our feet wet, and we're new to this stuff. And Black Adam is not established like Black Panther is, and The Rock, whatever about the guy, he just, he has charisma. He just radiates, charm and, positivity. And he just constantly keep going. Instead of him saying, oh, my numbers aren't what they should be. Hey, we're #1 on iTunes. Thank you. We brought Henry Cavill back. And he was just saying that the old DC regime there did not want Henry Cavill back, which is a stupid fucking business decision. Going forward, it's the right move. And just, yeah, it's just weird that we're still talking about this shit. And I just have to respect The Rock's positivity. And I've tried doing that myself, I don't have 1 million subscribers. I'm happy just to have 100 and somewhat now and people comment and shit. So, yeah, I'm going to finish this, head back to work, as I always do. And I'm still working on my Cobra Kai video. If you can tell by my facial hair, I recorded this video a few weeks back, and I just, been chipping away, and I'm getting there. Had a lot of fun making it. And yeah, so hopefully work doesn't bother me. I was on break and like, hey, you want to work on your break? And no, I want to go home for 2 hours and make YouTube shit for people because they're liking me on like my job. People actually appreciate me on this platform. Okay, so yeah, let's finish this. Pull out Bender, check my time, and I'm gonna try to get a quick kettlebell workout in before I head back. Thank you to Ang and Dude Broski. You know who you guys are. I love checking my phone for people like you. So if you're ready, let's drink this and get bender, okay?
This calls for a drink.
I don't care. I love this blood orange shit. And then I'm going to edit this stuff while I head back to work.